Welcome to the Prepare to Repair show, the Homeowner Power Hour, as I call it. I am your host, Plumber Steve Suarez with RJ Graham Plumbing. Joining me in studio today is Robert Bogda with Zark Heating and Cooling. How you doing, Robert?
Doing great. How are you, Steve?
I'm going to call you Rob. It sounds...
Rob is better.
Yeah, because Robert sounds very formal.
Yeah, no, we're not formal. Rob is fine.
Like you're getting yelled at in school.
Right.
You know, so today on the show, we are going to start off discussing a report that came out from the Will County Sheriff regarding the contractor who was arrested for allegedly engaging in schemes to defraud customers on home repair projects. Did you hear about that?
Oh, I heard all about it. It's been all over social media and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff there. And that's a lot of stuff that we discuss on the show about how to hire, how to find good people, and what to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to go over a lot of stuff. We're going to go back and forth. And a lot of the things you do on your show, or not your show, but at your company as well, is, you know, you follow a lot of the procedures that you should to make sure that, you know, homeowners are protected. They get the quality of product that they're paying for. They get the warranties and the whole nine yards.
Oh, yeah. Everything's up front and on the up and up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's how you stay in business and you continue to be in business.
Yep.
But I guess for those of you that didn't see the report, the contractor allegedly operated businesses under 3 different names out of the same address. It is reported that the contractor would sign contracts with customers for various home projects with the intent to defraud. On some occasions, he would take deposits and start the project, take deposits and not start the project. Other occasions, he would begin by removing the customer's old cabinetry, never installing the new cabinets ordered by the customer. While working on a remodel, and this is common, this is where we see it. You see these online all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
With complaints, working on a remodel or a job, and would later ask for additional funds to finish the project and never complete the work once funds were done, or once funds were received. And work was done without permits, and some of the work was completed so poorly that it had to be redone by other contractors. Now, how many times have we heard that? I mean,
it's every day. Every day you hear that stuff. And it's, as far as getting the work that was done so poorly, we've seen that all the time where we have to go back through. What do you mean my furnace is in bad shape? Well, it's oversized and you burned through your heat exchanger. It's not going to be covered under warranty. It was the wrong size from the get-go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So part of the stuff on here as far as signed contracts, signing contracts is a great thing, but not with the intent to defraud. You know what I mean? So contracts are everything. So he did some of this stuff the way he was supposed to, just to, it sounds like, to put on a front for unsuspecting homeowners.
Provide a cloak of legitimacy on what he was going to do.
Exactly.
Now the homeowners went into it thinking, okay, I've got this protection, I got this protection, but there is so much more that they can do. And that being said, what we're going to do is we are going to dive in to some of the things that they can do to help to protect themselves.
Yep.
Because even though hiring a licensed, legitimate contractor, finding them is pretty tough. And the one thing I see is, I tell people all the time, get a licensed, legitimate contractor, licensed, reputable contractor, and that alleviates a lot of your headaches. How do you find them? Well, we're going to kind of go into a little bit of information on how to do it. So if you want to write it down, or what we could do is you can see it on our, we're going to have it on our podcast, which is on Spotify and iTunes, and you can also catch it on YouTube on our website at repair.com. What we were going to do is we're going to go through some things, and again, this is extremely frustrating and heartbreaking that this has happened to homeowners. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through some information that will help you minimize this. One, and I know you know this right off the bat, research, more research. The more research you do on a contractor in the beginning saves you headache in the end.
100%.
So,
and
Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
And it's something just as simple as reaching out to friends and family. Hey, did you use this guy? Right. Who do you recommend? Start getting and cross-reference, you know what I mean, any potential contractors and stuff, because word of mouth is huge in any industry.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And you want to get people that have used them, and somebody, when you're taking the word for it, that they check this information, because a lot of people will say, I have a guy, but I want a guy or a person or a company that is good, that is reputable, that's going to be able to do this. I don't want somebody that I'm just going to get a guy who does it after work.
Right.
Because when you get somebody after work, you have no protections. All the protections that you have that you would get from a company, you don't get from an individual. Any insurance, that's why your price is cheap, because you're not getting any insurance.
Yep.
No workman's comp, no general liability. If they mess anything up, he gets hurt on your job, or gets hurt at your house.
Yeah. Not bonded, yeah.
No, he left work on, say he comes over your house on the weekend, he left work on Friday. He's looking good. He waved everybody, told everybody he's looking good. See you on Monday. He comes back Monday, and he blew out his knee. Yeah. He's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks or whatever.
Turns out that'll be on your homeowner's insurance.
He's going to get his money from somewhere.
Right. Yep.
Everybody always gets paid.
Yeah.
People are going to get paid. Yep. One way or another. So get a company that anybody gets hurt. That's why he's got workman's comp. That's why he has, anything happens. That's why you have certificate of insurance. All these things protect the homeowner, because ultimately anything that's done in your home, the homeowner is 100% responsible for.
Yes.
Plain and simple. Contractor didn't pull a permit or didn't do anything. It's your house. Yeah. You own it.
Yep.
That's on you. So,
yeah.
So what we're going to do is, like I said, research, and more research. Where do you research this? Google. You Google the name. Google the name of the company. Google the name of the company owner, and see what you find out.
Yeah, Google actually just came out with, and it's not just came out, but within the last few years, if you're Google guaranteed.
Okay.
And being Google guaranteed, which Zark Heating and Cooling is,
right.
If for whatever reason, it could be the homeowner's just not happy with the work.
Right.
We could remedy it. It could be working fine, whatever the case is. Google guarantees, and you have to pass their background check and tests and all of that stuff. But it's up to a $2,000 payout. So if I did a repair and somebody didn't like it, maybe one of the guys didn't wear their boot covers and got mud on their carpet or something. We've had that where we've sent out a carpet cleaning company and just cleaned all of the carpets in their house. We'll put it to bed. It's going to cost us more money than the repair, but we want to make it right. We've luckily never had any kind of issues, but Google Guaranteed is another avenue that the homeowners can take if something goes haywire, and it's up to a $2,000, and there's lifetime caps and all kinds of stuff if you continue to use this contractor. It's just another way to be verified and upfront company, I think. And
it's protection for homeowners. Yeah, I've seen it. I didn't know too much about it. I didn't do it. I mean, we have a money back satisfaction guarantee on everything that we do. So we kind of handle that in-house because we want to make sure everybody's happy, just like you do.
Perfect.
But that's something that they can check on. Again, all these things are tools. Just like you could look on CyberDrive Illinois. That's the Secretary of State website. That you can check the company to make sure they're a legitimate company or a corporation, find out what they are, and possibly check if there's any DBAs, or maybe look up a name that may be associated with it, see if there's multiple names, because multiple companies if they have multiple companies operating at the same time, that's for the same projects or the same industry, that may be a red flag to look out.
Scam alert, yeah.
Yeah, because they're ready to shut down one and operate under another one, and you're not skip a beat.
Yep, and they get bounced back and forth between the two.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and that could be done for shoddy work or just taking money deposits, such as what they allege this gentleman was doing. So that's definitely an avenue to check out. A lot of people probably don't do that.
Yeah.
And check review sites. Review sites such as Google. We're just talking about that. Yelp, Facebook, Angie's List, Home Advisor, etc. Now, all these sites, I probably wouldn't rely on individually as a sole source to use, or to, hey, I saw them on this, I'm going to use them because of that. No. But collectively, the information from them could be used to get an understanding of what type of company that you have.
Oh, definitely.
If you look at all these, review sites and they have top ratings all across the board, okay, we're on the right track.
Yeah.
We've got somebody that we can, work with. So that means if I'm looking up heating and cooling companies and I check out, Zark, I go through the Google. Like I said, Google guaranteed.
Yep.
I go through the Cyberjob. I say, okay, Rob is the owner. Okay. And he's been in business X amount of years. Okay, great. BBB is another source, but, they could check that out. Even if they're not a member, you still have most businesses will have a file on them, even if they're members or not. So you could still get some
still
information.
Access them, yep.
Oh, absolutely. So you would be able to look on all these and see the ratings that Zark Heating and Cooling has. And, okay, people can look at that and say, this is the kind of company that, all right, I'm going to give them a shot.
Yeah.
And then what I tell people to do is pay attention to the reviews, the good ones. I want to see that, because I've used you guys. Bill came out, he checked out my AC unit, and he went through and checked out various components on it to make sure it was okay, and I'm very happy with it. I recommend you all the time because you're just
appreciate
professional.
That. Yeah.
Right. And he did what I like to do and what I do. Instead of going in and wanting to replace parts on something, especially when it's an intermittent problem that we're trying to find, which could have multiple reasons why it's doing it.
Sure.
Instead of just doing something to do it, he says, let me try this and let's see what happens. And patience in jobs like these, because you want to find out and find the right solution, not just a solution, the right solution.
Right. You could throw parts at it.
Exactly.
But you're going to be out the window. Who knows? Did it need that part? Did it not need that part?
Right.
And there's a lot of companies or contractors and stuff out there that can and will do that on unsuspecting homeowners, and that's not the right way to do business.
Exactly. And that's why I was, 100% happy with the way you did it, because that way you're trying to get resolution. And that's what people should be looking for now is resolution. And a lot of people, they go through the motions, that you're getting the right people that are going to get you resolution and get you where you're happy. Too many people have just dealt with bad service.
Yeah.
And become, accustomed to it.
It's a commonplace now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Getting help and bad service.
Well, I got this. No.
Right. Don't settle for it.
No, I'll take my money somewhere else.
Yeah.
I said on last week's show, the biggest and the most powerful thing you have as a consumer is your dollar.
Absolutely.
If I go someplace and I don't like their price and I don't think I'm getting value for my dollar, I'm not going to bash them. I'm not going to say anything bad. You can ask whatever you want for your product. That's up to you. Whether or not you get it is another story.
Oh, yeah.
And whether or not I want to pay for it is another story. I will take my money and I will go and find a product that I feel is worth it or has the value. But if I see a product that I like, it's a good product, it's worth the money and everything, yes, I'll take my money. If you're a great company, take my money. Yeah, we're going to do this.
Yep.
And that's how you're supposed to do it. And I will keep using that company as that product because it's been good to me.
Right. And we were talking before the show, outside of the reviews, it's just the repeat business, the loyal customers and stuff. That's huge.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, me personally, like we were saying, is as far as reviews, if I have a choice between somebody giving me a review or taking the time to give me a review or just calling me back or, for repeat business and recommending me to family and friends, I'll take the call me back and the recommendations all day long. Granted, a review is nice, but recommendations are the key.
Oh yeah, it's huge
because that's going to keep us working, and that's what we strive to do. That means we're doing the job right, and that's the thing with also looking at reviews is, and I say the more detail they go into, because you get people that say, well, they recommend it because you're a nice person, or you do a lot of nice things, or they know you sponsor, football teams or kids, athletic teams, things like that.
Right.
That's great. That makes you a nice guy. That doesn't make you good at what you do. That
100%.
Doesn't help homeowners, and the homeowners need that information that, hey, I want to be able to know if this guy's good at it. That's the key thing. Or this person, I'd say this guy, when I say guy, I mean,
person.
Collectively, the person, but you want to make sure that they're good enough to do this. That's all. I mean, and there's also when you look at the reviews, as far as good reviews, you'll see them. There's ways you can pay to get a good review.
Yep.
There's review platforms and review generations that will help you get good reviews. There's companies out there that will pay you and offer you, gift cards or incentives for a good review. That to me is not a legitimate review.
Yeah.
And those are all in the plus. That's why I say those are hard to really, just get through.
The ones where the homeowners send a review and it's a few sentences or darn near a whole paragraph.
Exactly.
That's a solid 5-star review.
Right. Because they went into detail. They told you exactly what was going on. Those are the ones you pay attention to.
Yep.
Also the bad reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Because the bad reviews are going to give you an idea of what the type of company is and what happened. Was it, an issue where it was a personality misunderstanding?
Right.
And look at the responses. How did they respond to it?
How did the company respond?
Yes.
Yep.
How did the company handle it? How did they deal with the bad review? And also, too, is nobody's going to pay anybody to give them a bad review.
Yeah.
And you also want to check and see if it's possibly somebody that doesn't like them or maybe a disgruntled ex-employee that could be doing something like that. So you kind of want to take that.
You don't know. Yeah.
Right. But, I mean, it's something that you could easily, navigate through. Whereas the good reviews, it's like you're trying to navigate. They have 300 reviews. It's like, okay, well, there's a lot of information that you can look at. A company that says, we've been in business for 40 years. Okay, well, everything on here says you've only been in business for 10.
Right.
Or you've just only been in business a year. Okay, well, that doesn't jive. What happened? Why is it, you've been in business 30 years, but you say you've been in business 30 years, but it only shows here that you've only been in business, a year.
A year. And that brings to your next bullet point, which check with the village. When you call the village, you can ask them, how long have these guys been licensed with you?
Right. Are they having issues?
Yeah.
Have you had any issues with them? Have they passed inspection? I mean, they're not going to guide you either or. They're not going to tell you, hey, they're great, they're not. They'll just tell you that they're, and you probably run into this.
Oh, yeah.
They're licensed here, and we haven't had any issues with them.
Oh, yeah.
So, but they will tell you if there's ones that are on the radar that have had issues, if you're going to bring, they can't get licensed here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's some companies that they can't, they'll tell you straight out they can't get licensed here.
Yeah.
So instead of thinking the village is mean and bad, that red flag. So
they're looking out for you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Abso-positively. Look at that. I'm making up words as I go along. So, and also check the licensing and credentials of any potential contractors that you have working in your home. That means if they do carpentry or they do floors, they do plumbing, they do heating and cooling, any applicable license, insurance, all that information you should have. And like as far as plumbing, you could check out the states or with the Illinois Department of Public Health, Illinois IDPH, Illinois Department of Public Health, plumbing license verification website. You can check the state license of a plumber and you can of a plumbing company. And if the plumber has a state license, journeyman's license, you can check his license there as well. This will help give you a little bit of information. If he has a City of Chicago license, you're not going to be able to check it on that. So, but you will be able to check some of this stuff out individually. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to go into a little bit more about the licensing and what else to look for.
At Ferguson.com.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Prepare to Repair Show. I am your host, Steve Suarez, and joining me is Rob Bogda. I know who you are with Zark Heating and Cooling. I just want to let everyone know today's Prepare to Repair Show is presented by Ferguson Supply Kitchen, Bath, and Lighting Showroom located at 7950 West 185th Street in Tinley Park. Whether you're doing a minor facelift or a full kitchen and bath remodel, Ferguson has you covered. Now, before the break, we were talking about checking licensing. And as far as the licensing, certain trades like plumbing are individually licensed.
Yes.
And they have to be licensed plumbers working for a plumbing company in order to be legit. Otherwise, there's no protections for the homeowner. Now, as far as HVAC, what kind of certifications should homeowners be looking at as far as HVAC guys?
Homeowners can look for the NATE certification. That's the North American Technicians of Excellence.
Okay.
And that validates the technician itself. Outside of that, unfortunately, heating and air conditioning doesn't have a license like plumbers and stuff would. Not to scare any homeowners out there, but HVAC is one of the number one trades taught in the corrections. So prisons and stuff are teaching HVAC, which is fine. I mean, it's all of our guys are background checked and stuff like that, but you need to know who's coming in your house, and we've already done that kind of testing and checking into everything. So that's why it's important to make sure you're dealing with a reputable contractor and not somebody that does it out on the side or after hours like you were talking about previously.
Oh, yeah, and same thing that we're a proponent on of is making sure everyone's drug tested and background checked. So you have whoever's coming to your house, you are confident that you're getting somebody who is a decent, knowledgeable person that you can trust.
Exactly.
And that's all these protections. You're letting them in your house. And a lot of people, they'll go in. Again, I keep stressing just getting people from, say, a Craigslist or off of social media that you don't know.
Right.
And you're letting them in your house.
Yeah. Referrals are huge. I mean, it just goes back to talking to your neighbors and friends.
Exactly.
You know?
But you're letting strange people in your house that you don't know, that you haven't checked out. At least the company, you have something to check. You have there's a history that you can check on.
Yep.
You know, Joe, whoever that's online, you don't know anything about. There's a reason why there's locks on your doors.
Right.
I mean, it's to keep people that you don't know or to protect you.
Yep.
They don't work if you let them in. And that, you just, again, it's, I would just, because we talked about it last week when I had Jerry, he's a mechanic, and Hot Rod's House of Power. And I was like, I see people going on there and saying, hey, I need a mechanic to, for my brakes on my, whatever, my Buick. And I'm like, out of all the places that you're going to try to save money, you're going to do it on the brakes, that your family drives?
Right. Don't make sense.
Nothing says I love you more than, hey, I had some guy out here that I don't know who's doing it. Handle your brakes, honey.
Right.
Love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, just going off of the contractors and stuff, I pulled some notes before coming here, and this was off of the Illinois Attorney General.gov website. And one of the things was somebody contacts you or comes to your home uninvited. You get those storm chaser guys.
Yes.
That'll come and start pounding on doors and ringing doorbells. Hey, look, did you have hail damage? Did you have this? Do you have this?
Yeah.
Stay away from that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, a lot of things can be eliminated when you know what to look for.
Yes.
And when you start asking for certifications, asking for insurance, asking for the licensing, anything that you have available, any business licenses in the towns, any of these credentials that you have, and all these trades have some sort of trade recognition groups, or I want to say, kind of like what you said, certifications.
Yep.
They have something there that people can say, hey, I'm a member of this trade. This is what we do.
Validates them. Yeah.
It validates them, right. It shows you a level of competency than somebody just, off of, that doesn't know anything, especially if they're selling cabinets, they're selling counters, they're, everything out there. I mean, I can go through the whole list. So, checking that. And also once you go through and you check all these credentials, you check the licensing, you check everything, you narrowed it down to the potential contractors that you want. Now you select 3 for estimates, meet them, see how you feel. Number 1, what do you do when somebody comes out? Go with your gut.
Go with your gut, exactly.
Go with your gut, ask your questions, ask a ton of questions. What kind of company they are, ask about your project, how they're going to handle it, materials, everything about it, time frames, how long you think it's going to take, payments, just all the little pertinent information that's going to go there that you want to get a feel for on what could be a smooth working relationship, or that could be just, all right, this isn't the contractor for us.
Right. And for bigger home projects and stuff, I would recommend the homeowners get references of past projects that the contractor did.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? There's really not much for doing a water heater or furnace per se, but like if you're doing a whole, like a basement remodel or something, hey, you got some pictures?
Right.
You mind if I call any of your old contact? Oh, sure. You know what I mean? If you were a decent contractor and doing everything on the up and up, I don't think that would be an issue.
Right. Make sure it's their pictures, because we've seen online where people are taking pictures of other people's work.
Oh, and claiming as theirs, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, all the stuff we just talked about, that was just getting a contractor. Right. That was just finding somebody. Okay. Now we're going to get into, now they're here. We're starting the job. I told you, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot to this.
Oh, yeah.
There is a reason why, because a lot of steps that go through this, a lot of people don't do it. And this is where people take advantage. Now, here's where it really starts getting good, where this helps you. And this is what is going to, you start pulling this out right there, you'll send them running. The good ones will be, I'm all for it. The bad ones will start running for the hills.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we're going to go. See, I speak gooder English than anybody. Okay. Get licenses, certificates of insurance for general liability and workman's comp, as well as any pertinent information for the general contractor and any of the subcontractors working on the job. This is key because you may get some contractor, GC, that gives you a price to do your whole job. And then what they do is they try to save money by doing all the job themselves or having their guys do it. That's not the way it's supposed to be done.
No.
A GC should have a plumber if there's plumbing involved, an HVAC guy if there's HVAC going to need to be done, an electrician if there's electrical that needs to be done.
Yep.
All of them, you need to get their licenses and their pertinent information, their workman's comp, because if they're there, they get hurt. Okay. It's not going on my homeowner's insurance. I hired you.
Right.
So I didn't have to have this, expose myself to this responsibility and liability. That's why I've got a contractor. That's why I've done this. And you have general liability, you have workman's comp, you have everything you need.
Umbrella, everything, yeah.
That's what we have.
Yep.
And again, legitimate companies will have this. Legitimate contractors will have. This will cost a little bit more.
Right.
That's how a lot of these other companies out there are able to are undercutting people, because they have the same group of people do the same job. And your warranties are based on, and the product that you're getting and you're left with is this once they leave.
Yeah.
So you don't know if this guy knew HVAC. You don't know. You could be spending, how much do these units cost?
It depends. Size, efficiency, it could go anywhere. You know what I mean? You get a
thousands.
furnace for,
they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get somebody who comes in and he doesn't know what he's doing and he totally just screws it up. Now you're going to have to spend to get it fixed or replaced and to hire a legitimate company to do it if you had somebody that didn't know what they were doing.
Right. And it just goes back to just something as simple as your radio station name of the show, the Prepare to Repair. And you need to prepare to repair and or replace.
Right.
It's all goes about the maintenance and all of that stuff as well. People, unfortunately, take advantage of when they have to make snap decisions.
Right.
My furnace is broke. My water heater ruptured. I need a new one. Well, somebody could, if somebody doesn't know anything about it, some fly-by-night company could come in and say, well, I could replace your water heater. We're going to put in a real good one. It's going to be $10,000. Mm-hmm. You and I know a standard water heater is not $10,000, but if somebody's in a bind and scared and don't know what to do, they're going to pay it. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to have buyer's remorse later. So you kind of have to do your homework. And if you're doing the maintenance and stuff, the prepare part is huge, and not a lot of people prepare. Exactly. And on another note, people need to understand that you have a 3-day on most of your purchases. I think it's over $500, but do check with the, and actually on the website that you were looking at with the Attorney General. Attorney General's office, you have a 3-day right of cancellation on all large purchases. Yes. So if they come in, you have a right of cancellation. So if they come in and you don't feel comfortable or whatever, you don't have to go with it, or you can cancel that contract. So if they come in, want to sign a contract, you have 3 days to check everything out. Yes.
What we do if we go in and we give a job or give a bid on a job and it's kind of a bigger job or a job that they're unsure of, as soon as that homeowner's unsure and they're like kind of like, I don't know, or they're, a little bit just reserved on it. They're not
sure.
Immediately it goes to 3 days. We don't do anything and don't schedule for 3 days. Do your homework, check it out.
Yeah.
There is no high pressure. I'm not there to sell anything. I'm here to solve the problem.
Right.
And by doing that, some people they don't know how to say no. They get nervous. They get scared. They feel intimidated with somebody in their house and they just, yeah. They'll say whatever you want. And that's not how you want to come off to a homeowner. You want them to be comfortable to say yes and no and ask questions on it.
Yeah.
So that's why by doing something like that where they may feel a little bit up front and they're overwhelmed, take a step back.
Yeah. Back in the day before I had my own business, other contractors and businesses I worked for, they would, you have to sit down at the kitchen table with the homeowner and go over everything and this and that. And they almost didn't want you leaving until you got the sale.
Yeah.
We don't do it like that.
No.
We're going to give you a quote and here you go. And I've customers ask, that's it? You're not going to, do you have any questions about anything? No, you answered everything. Okay, well, think about it. Give us a call.
Right.
There's no pressure. Yeah.
No. I mean, you want to do it? Great. I'm here to help.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm here is when I get done, I want you saying thank you, I appreciate it and everything. And I leave, you got your problem resolved.
Yep.
We made, money on the job. Employee was happy. Everyone was happy. Yep. That's how it's supposed to be. If I do a job and you're going to be mad when I leave,
right? I
don't want the job.
You don't want, It's supposed to be a pleasant experience for everybody.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's how it is. When I go to the store and I get cookies, I'm happy with cookies that I get. I don't walk out going, you know what? Well, I have gotten mad because some of the cookies got a little expensive, but I mean, it's you're like, hey, I got what I wanted. They got the price they wanted. Everyone's happy.
Everybody's happy. Yeah,
that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where get the information, don't be intimidated, and as you move forward with the project and you check everything, what you want to do is you want to get on completion points. And what I mean by target completion points, I will get to after we do a quick break. And there's a little bit more information on that, a little bit more in detail.
At Ferguson.com.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Prepare to Repair show. You've got Plumber Steve and Rob with Zark Heating and Cooling and the Homeowner Power Hour, the Prepare to Repair show. And before the break, we were talking about as you move forward with your project, you get your licenses, your certificates of insurance, your workman's comp for every contract, for the general contractor and any subcontractor on the job. This is for any remodel that you do that requires subcontractors on the job. I started before the break. I said set target completion points, usually inspection points as points for payment.
Yes.
This way, you are seeing results for your dollar. So as the money comes, as you start looking at it, we have this map. We have this all set out. We have a work schedule. So that means, as far as with us, with plumbing, all right, we're going to come in and do the underground. This is what a certain dollar amount takes you to to your first inspection.
Yes.
And then the next payment takes you to your second inspection. And then your final. And because we haven't, our permits are on the job, everything's on the job. We're tied to everything. So it's a little bit more of our licensing, our bond. So if we don't show up, they take our stuff.
And that's more just like a roadmap of what the homeowners can expect. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And to make sure that you're on point, and it just validates your business and you as an individual as well.
Right.
Hey, I already said we're going to be doing this and this.
Right.
Monday to Tuesday, it's going to be underground,
right.
Whatever, you know what I mean? And then you follow your timeline and deliver on time or whatever, you know what I mean? If there could be hiccups, if that happens, you know what I mean? As long as you're upfront with them and stuff, it is what it is.
Oh, absolutely. And then what happens if the project, say, stalls, you're paid up to that point and you're done.
Right.
And same thing with, like, say, okay, you're scheduling me. Here's where my payment point is. Your payment point is once they get the ductwork run.
Yep.
Okay, so your ductwork is run. Everything's connected. We got an inspection on that. So we're good to go.
Yep.
So now that we have the inspection on that, the plumbing got inspected, now the electrical got inspected at this point, or the roof, then everyone's looking good. So you're seeing completion points at a point where people are getting paid.
Yeah, progress.
Exactly. A progress report.
Yep.
So when you do that, now here is the key thing here too, is as you pay people, get lien waivers from every contractor you pay, your subcontractor that you pay. And especially on a bigger job here, because if you pay the GC and he doesn't pay the subs, the subs can still lien your property.
Yes.
And that's no good. If you have to, GC could be a great guy, honestly, you could trust him with anything there. But you know what? I'll write the check to the subs.
Yeah.
If you don't, I want a lien waiver from all of them.
Yeah, done.
Yeah,
eliminates the problems.
The thing is you prepare you hope for the best.
Yep.
Prepare for the worst.
Yes.
Because at the end of this project, you should have a file full of invoices, paperwork, and everything that you need. Your inspection reports, everything. With that, and all that's there for your warranties as well. So once you're done, you're enjoying your basement remodel, your kitchen remodel, your bathroom remodel, your addition, whatever you've done. And then when you go to sell, you have all of this paperwork with everything that was done, and you basically it's a history of the house.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with having that information.
Yep. Well, your warranties, all of that stuff. Put everything in that folder.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, when you're doing the project and you have the schedule, you want to get receipts for materials, because a lot of times your warranties may be tied to the purchase date of those materials that are purchased.
Yes.
So having all of this is documentation. You'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah. We just had this similar instance this morning. We were out over the weekend. The supply house was closed, and it was an odd size motor that we need to get. And when you look time-wise, it looks like they should have been under warranty, because a lot of the contractors, we do all of the registration in-house.
Okay.
That just eliminates problems, because if the homeowner, we put a furnace in over at your house, Steve, and you get busy, you forget to do the extended warranty. It doesn't cost anything. It's just registering your equipment. Well, now from a 10-year warranty, it drops it down to the standard 5-year. This homeowner was 22 days out of their 5-year warranty, and the installing contractor never registered.
Right.
There's nothing we could do. I want to help you out as much as I can. So they tried calling the other contractor, and they said, "Oh, sorry, you were supposed to do that." We take care of all of that in-house, but that'd be something that would go right in your file, your registration, your dates, your warranties, everything.
Exactly. And honestly, as a homeowner, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how that works. And that's one of my key things I always say. homeowners don't know enough to know what they don't know. Meaning, I don't know what to ask. That's why I have you.
Right.
I hired you, meaning you, and meaning me, collectively. I hired you guys because you guys know. That's why with our warranties, we handle the warranties. Basically, if there's an issue with it, I have no hassle warranties on my pumps, my water heaters. My water heater went out, you get the full warranty. It's 6-year manufacturer minimum on the tank and parts. We give 6-year labor. Just call me, there's a problem. That's it. One call warranty, done.
Done. Yep.
Same thing we do with our pumps. Done. Because gray areas, that's where people get mad.
Oh yeah.
And when does this happen? When they fail and people are aggravated.
Yep.
That's how you eliminate issues.
And we're the same way as you.
And having
warranties,
paperwork, having documentation, the more documentation you are, the better. Yep. And again, that's why we said get all the receipts, get all the copies of the permit, because they'll sign the permit or they'll give you permit pass stickers on it. So you have that. So in case something happens when you sell the house and something wasn't logged down with the village and they say you didn't have an inspection, well, you've got your permit that says, Bob Smith was out here. He passed it. He checked it out on this date. Here's his signature. Here's this. Done.
Yeah.
Having a documented paper trail on everything that's done in your house is key.
Huge. Yeah.
And none of this, when this stuff is not done, this stuff doesn't hurt the contractor.
Yeah.
He got paid. He's done. He's
down
gone.
the road. Yeah.
this hurts you as the homeowner if none of this is done. If he doesn't do his job and you paid him, you're the one out the money. If this guy doesn't give a warranty on anything, he got his money. You got to pay the warranty. You got to pay to have it done again.
Yeah.
If he didn't pull a permit and you go to sell the house, and that whole basement that you had all redone and you spent $50,000 for and everything's done, he didn't pull any permit, and the inspector comes in and says, you know what? Your house doesn't show any kind of a finished basement on the records when it was built, and we have no permits of any work being done. This all got to go.
Yeah.
I've seen them do it.
Yep.
I mean,
same.
Either that or they're going to say, I want whoever did this to come forward, and you're not saving any money.
No.
You're the one. It's ultimately you're the one who's responsible as the homeowner.
You might save a few bucks up front, but long term, long run, it's going to come back and bite you.
Don't let people, just don't step over dollars to pick up your nickels.
Yep.
You can save yourself a whole lot of hassles in the long run to get the job done right and to get the right people and to save yourself a lot of headaches, because ultimately when you cheat this, you're cheating yourself as a homeowner. And lastly, if at any point in your project, during your project, you are not satisfied, if you have a slight bit of concern about the project, direction, anywhere it's going, stop immediately, meet with the contractor before moving forward. Communication helps eliminate any issues or problems with the project. You fix it during the project as it's going along, because before it becomes a problem at the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it could just be as simple as just calling a quick timeout.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, can you call your foreman? Can you call the boss? If the owner of the company's not out on the job, then can we get him on the phone? I got this. This is a concern.
Absolutely.
It's a lot easier to take care of that concern then than to work hours after it.
Absolutely.
And just go back and redo everything.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And this whole
huge.
Exactly. And this is with anything.
Yep.
I don't care what you're buying. Yeah, exactly. Communication. A phone call doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if you ask a question and you just want to be clear, or you're calling your contractor, there is no stupid questions.
Right.
If he gets irritated because you're asking all these questions, you need another contractor.
Definitely.
I've had the customers call me 3-4 times asking me certain variations of the thing because they want to be sure. Because they talked to somebody who said, are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about that? Yeah, that's it. That's no problem. You're not bothering me.
Right.
This is a lot of money you're spending, or this is a huge job you're taking on. You want to be sure.
Yeah.
And when
you're going to have questions.
Exactly.
It's not normal if people don't have questions.
Absolutely.
Anything comes up, you're going to have questions. So, yeah.
Right. And basically the moral of the story is on this, if you want to eliminate getting taken, take control of the one thing that they want. Hold and control the money.
The money. Yep.
Make sure you have receipts, whether it be a lien waiver or whatever, receipts for the money you spend, and you have results for the money you're spending the money on.
Yes.
That's where you need to be. Now, I hope that helped everybody out. Now, real quickly, we're going to talk, and I'm going to ask Rob here about, we got allergy season coming up here, and Zark wanted to give a few words about the indoor air quality that you're running into.
Yes, it's allergy season is huge around here. People, we have customers that'll keep their windows open as long as they can. Well, when you keep your windows open, that's when you're getting allergens and all of that stuff into the house. So, unfortunately, you'll have to kind of close up your house. But when you do that, your house gets stale and you'll have dirty air in your home. And there's a lot of different things that we could do to help clean and sanitize the air, even as something as simple as a fresh air intake into your home. So we're exchanging the air and stuff in your house. There's a lot of stuff. And with the last couple of years with COVID and all of that stuff, everybody wants what's going to keep them the healthiest and stuff. So, good filtration is the easiest. And we're not saying you even have to buy any big dollar stuff, but, air filters. Just keep up on your air filters monthly. Some people, the packages will say they're 90 days. Well, it's not good for 90 days because now you got 60 days worth of dirt you're trying to pull through from the first 30 days. You know what I mean? So
makes sense.
Change them every 30 days. It's going to make your equipment last longer. It's going to filter the air in your home a lot better and stuff like that. Then again, there's the other stuff that you could do beyond that with higher filtration. Ultraviolet germicidal lamps to neutralize.
I've
any
seen
germs.
a couple of those.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of those on the job. They just need to give you a call so you can give them just a whole rundown of what system is going to be right for their application.
Exactly. Because everybody's allergies and issues are a little bit different.
Oh, absolutely.
And we could fine tune it because we don't sell stuff that you don't need. You know what I mean? If you have mild allergies, well, you don't need, maybe let's just start with this filter. You might not even need the germicidal lamp. You know what I mean? Start with that first.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
People want to get in touch with you to schedule an appointment for a air quality check or any other
air quality
service.
check, air conditioning, the tune-ups, hopefully, are going to be rolling around the corner pretty soon once it kind of warms up. It's warm today.
You're
but
teasing me, man.
We're going to get cold again later this week. We got another snowstorm, I guess, coming, right?
Yeah,
later this week.
that's what they're saying.
But yeah, you could reach out to us. You could call or text our office number at 815-482-9410. Again, it's 815-482-9410, and you can call or text. Texting is something that we've recently added within the last couple of years, which is huge. People could do it and send a text. You're not on hold. We'll reply back as quick as we can. Or you could just go on our website, and it's our website is zarkhvac.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, it's, especially to go over a lot of this information for homeowners, because usually I try to throw in a tip of the week, and you know what the tip of the week is? Follow everything we said above. Everything we said. I hate seeing people get screwed. I hate seeing people just get taken advantage of, and no one should have to pay twice.
No.
So
terrible.
yes, follow all that information. Any questions or any questions, any comments, or any information, check us out. Send us an email to prepare to repair. It's prepare2repair.com, or you can send us a text at 708-964-5500. I would like to thank our guest, Rob Bogda with Zark Heating and Cooling, for joining us on the show. Do check him out for all your HVAC needs. Great guy, great company. Can't go wrong with you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Steve.
Appreciate it. Also, head out to Ferguson Supply for all your kitchen, bath, lighting, and appliance needs. Your dream kitchen or bathroom is as close as Tinley Park. Check out our website for more information on today's guests or listen to previous shows. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you back here on Monday.